That is right. Another week has come and gone, which means you've earned it. It's another episode of your favorite podcast because it's the one that's made just for you. It's What's Up Big Rapids, and we're your hosts. I'm Chris Jane.
And I'm Pat Brooks.
Just remember, before we even get started, it doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter where you're from. It doesn't matter what you look like or what you've done. You are a loved and valuable member of this community. We're going to do everything we can not to waste even a moment of your precious time. Right, Pat?
That's right. And just like every week, we don't waste time. Right now's the best time. Hit the like button. Drop a comment. Send it out on the socials via the subscribe button. We appreciate all the love. It's been a great couple weeks. Everybody's interacting with the videos and reels and comments and sharing.
Welcome to everybody who's just found the page. And if you've been lurking, if you like these videos and you haven't followed, hit follow, because we're going to be a lot more active about sharing local events. Mm-hmm. And so if you want to be up to date on what's going on, follow the page.
That's right. That's right. It's perfect. Oh man. It's a good time to be headed that way, right?
Because you're wearing shorts, too,
I am
right?
wearing shorts. I can't tell underneath this table, but I got shorts on.
It's warm. It's warmed up. Everybody has that sort of a summer vibe today.
Well, I pulled them all out for vacation.
Yeah.
And then I put them right back in that tote, but I'm not taking care of that tote.
Yeah.
I'm going to need those shorts soon. Right.
I wore some for the first time yesterday.
Very long time after that.
My legs, I think, could be seen from a distance, from like a great distance. People would be like, what was that?
Is that a flash?
They thought they had seen like a ghost or something, you know what I mean?
It's all right.
We'll fix it.
Yeah, it's fine. It's warm. The sun's not out, and the rain is threatening every day, but it is warm.
Hopefully it doesn't. This rain goes away. We get at least a few nice days because it's drum circle season. We're going to be starting those up this Friday. And we'll talk more about it later, but it's coming. So mark your, kind of put that on your calendar. Fourth Friday, drum circles.
It is also golf season. Mm-hmm. People don't know this magic of TV, but we were recording a little early because I will be on a golf course tomorrow. Costa County, Costa County. Big Rapids Regional Chamber golf outing.
The Chamber golf outing.
How crazy you would be sitting with tomorrow's champion today.
Yeah, how about that?
Wow. Did we start right there? Did we go there?
That's our guest weighing in. Unlike Smartless, we don't mute them until they're ready.
No. Shoot from the hip.
Well, you know what? We'll see. We will see who ends up the champion tomorrow.
Supposed to be super serious.
That's what I hear. That's a big one. Now, the last time I believe that. Was that the one that we had to wear boots and rain gear and gloves?
2 years ago. Was it last year? It was.
I think it was last year, man. It was crazy, but one of the best days of golf I've ever had. We had so much fun.
I remember saying that.
I just was pure joy of the game, just love of the game out there,
Can't
swinging
feel
the club.
nothing.
Just having fun. Couldn't feel my hands.
That's when I invested in one of those cart covers and a little heater.
I remember
I got
you were
both.
so
I'm
proud
ready,
of yourself. Oh, I kept thinking they would cancel. Up until the moment we're teeing off, I'm like, we're doing this?
Huh?
Okay, I guess we're doing this. I was dressed. I wasn't really prepared, but no, I never played golf in rain boots and before that was
leather gloves.
Yeah,
I wore like the leather workman gloves.
That was an experience. Anyway, before we get to our guests and we talk more about local happenings and whatnot, let's talk about where you've been, what you've been up to, what's going on with you. How's life treating you?
Hey, Chris, real quick, do you want to see Pat's whole demeanor change in 2 words?
I wasn't going to bring sports
come on, dude. I don't
Detroit basketball.
Ooh.
I heard we lost like in dramatic fashion, that we were beaten in the game 7.
We come back, we win, we tie the series 3-3, and then we literally didn't show up at home. So it was unfortunate. It was kind of miserable watching.
Lots of teams lose by 30. Yeah. It's okay.
At least we got to say we were number 1 seed.
Hey,
we were.
Yes, we were.
Didn't I tell you? It's like a bat. You don't want that target on your back.
It's early. And as a Pistons fan, I've been watching for a long time, even when they sucked. It's early in that progress.
By even when they sucked, you mean you watched it on Sunday?
Yeah, that too. Yes.
Okay.
But no, trajectory's doing this with the Detroit Pistons, so I'm excited.
Well, tell me some good news. What else happened?
It's been a busy week. The venue's been booked out, so we've been busy there. a lot of events happening there. I've been working on the yard. We have been, Caden's still on the mend. So we've been, he's still headed in the right direction. And thank you everybody for the prayers and reaching out. That's been awesome. Shout out Curry's for putting them on the sign. That's awesome. Thank you. But besides that, just really grinding. It's, we're really kind of prepping up with some golf, golf leagues going and stuff like that. So I want to make sure I'm not losing track of time and the things I got to get done. So.
You sound stressed, brother.
I do. I am a little stressed.
Hope everything just falls into place for you.
I got shorts on. So
just remember, all you got to do, and this is for you guys too. All you really have to do is just get through today.
It's true.
Tomorrow and yesterday can kill a person, but today you is all you got to get through.
I actually heard that at Crossroads. I joined Dom at graduation.
I didn't make it up
on Sunday.
Did somebody
and he said that?
I'm trying to think what the actual
don't worry
quote
about yesterday and tomorrow.
Something about the burdens of yesterday and the fears of tomorrow can overcome a man, but if you focus on today. Anyway, something to that effect. I won't take credit for it.
It's good advice during graduation season.
It's good advice for everybody.
Shout out all the graduates. Yeah. Congratulates everybody. Ferris, Crossroads, Big Rapids is this week.
Yeah, good. I mean, what do you say? You did it, or good luck? You've just started.
Good luck is what I'm going to say.
Great. We wish you the very best.
Yes. Please.
Yeah. Well,
contribute.
I had some fun over the weekend. Got to go to the Chicago Drum Show.
Okay, in Chicago, I'm assuming?
Yeah.
Not a traveling one?
No, out west of Chicago at the Kane County Fairground. It was me and a bunch of other drum nerds just drumming out, hanging out. It was loud.
Yeah, I bet.
You hear my voice?
I could be, a little
This is just from me trying to talk to a few friends. Just, hey, anyway. Hopefully my voice recovers.
Was that Saturday?
Yeah, that was Saturday. Drove down and back and met Siobhan at this Grateful Dead cover band at the intersection called Barely Dead. That was kind of fun. We danced for a couple hours.
You and the Bears. You get to cycle back around on the Bears again.
They named themselves. I mean, But anyway, so fun weekend.
Yeah.
And this is going to be a great week.
Memorial Day
I'm really
weekend,
hoping my voice comes back because I've got a high-strung steel gig plus the Hand of Giants' biggest gig ever. Got a drum circle to facilitate, and then I'm jumping in the car and going to surprise. Well, you guys won't tell him. Nobody tell him. No, this doesn't leave this room.
He doesn't watch the show.
I doubt it.
Friend of the show, but doesn't watch. I'm sure.
Who watches the show? What, my brother? in the Carolinas? Nah, he doesn't watch. Anyway, I'm going to drive down and surprise him for his 50th birthday.
Very cool.
50. 50.
What if he gets there and he's expecting you and he's waiting for you?
Oh, he will. My mom knows.
I noticed.
Believe me, he'll know about it already. Dom is 50 old.
No.
Okay.
50's
No,
50,
I don't mean
50 is
old.
the new 35.
That's what I was thinking. Like, 50 still seems kind of young. Now, how old are you?
I'll be 50 in a couple of weeks.
Okay.
You want to do a push-up contest and see?
Don't challenge me.
I don't know if you want to do that. He's
I'm like
doing like a million a day.
Like right now, it just seems like I can do as many as I want to. I already did
gets tired.
139.
He's reading a book while
reading
he's
a
doing
book.
139 this morning. That's how many days it is, guys. We're 139 days into the new year.
That's cool.
But anyway,
very cool.
That's
We did some push-ups today.
Yeah, 50 is
Yesterday,
50's young. And so when I think about that, I think, well, what are we going to feel like at 60? I think we're going to feel pretty good.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, our grandparent. I feel it. Is it all boiled down to nutrition?
It's got to be.
Is this where is this fluoride?
Diet.
Has fluoride helped us? Are we all in? I mean, are we all this much healthier, in better shape?
Finally, those little cups paid off.
Because
Let's
honestly,
go.
you watch footage of like old movie stars and TV stars, especially like from European countries and other places. I mean, I think it's pretty shocking.
I think it's the smoking, man.
They're like,
I'm
they
40.
say, yeah,
I'm 41.
27 years old. And you're like, oh, gosh. You're pretty certain.
They smoke a lot. And the older generation smoke a
because
lot,
we
too.
know better, we've done better, I
think it's really bad for your skin and the heavy drinking and, the diets. I think it's all those things.
Yay, science.
Hey.
Okay. Well, listen, we've got, because we do have a great guest to get to, and we are, on a clock today. So I think it would be wise if we got to our favorite segment. It's time for the
Featured Creature of the Week.
This is the white tree frog, also known as the dumpy tree frog.
Better zoom in. I can't see what I'm looking at
That's
here.
nothing to do with his age.
There
by
he
the way.
is. Oh, okay.
This is the dumpy tree frog, or the white tree frog,
rude.
ultimate lazy, smiling couch potato of the amphibian world.
Wow.
Now, did Wikipedia say that?
Gemini did here.
Wow.
They have a perma smile.
Okay.
So you can see they constantly have this
So why
little
would they
smirk
just
on
call
their
him a
face.
friendly frog? Chill frog.
But dumpy sounds
I mean, why
cool.
call him Dumpy?
Also, they're called the white tree frog. Is their most common name? Not white.
Well, they got like a white
That dude
belly.
looks white.
They do eat like crickets and roaches and things like that. They enjoy the humidity, and just a standard 20-gallon tank here. Some tree branches in it.
And so we're looking at 3 of them, and 2 of them are kind of a cool, fun shade of green, and then other one is sort of a
Like
brown.
a brownish, yeah. It looks like they mature maybe and change from brown to.
gosh.
That's what Dumpy looks like.
He
if
looks
you're
like a little
wondering.
Yoda, like a little Buddha frog.
Why does this look like some kind of like
That looks
like it was
3D
done
printed.
at, done at Kmart? You know what I mean? Back in the day.
That is an absolutely great photo.
He looks like he's pondering something, right? I don't know.
He looks like he's been 3D printed. That is a cool kind of a Yoda.
That looks like a guy that
different
ate at
colors,
Schuberg's
too.
for lunch every day. He's
know
got a little
Dude,
bit of a belly.
This
We
might
could have
be
come
my
up
new
with a
cover photo.
lot.
You know what I mean?
We could have come up with a lot. What about Dad Bod Frog? We could have come up with a lot. I can come up with 10 better names than Dumpy. But
this
that's
is
okay.
me as a frog, man.
It's
Good
hard
for
to
you.
name. It's hard to name all the things that there are, and there are so many things. Hey, you want to hear something interesting about colors? Did you know that? Obviously, a lot of what we see has to do with the light and how a light hits it. I mean, that's our perception of color. All of us are colorblind in the dark because we're just very, very bad at identifying color in low light situations, right? As humans, that's our limitation. I found out that even as I'm saying this, nobody else is going to find this interesting. I might end up just cutting this out. But do you know that blue jays, are... I want to say that the blue pigment is not actually in the feather. It's not actually a blue feather. It's in the cellular structure, and when the light hits it from one side, it shows as blue. I'm not Bill Nye the Science Guy. I'm sorry. But then apparently under low light or
Just
under
double-check
different
that info.
circumstances, if you just inspect it,
solid.
it will not look blue to the eye. Don, we check that for me, and please say it.
Oh,
Say it
yeah.
better at the end of the show than I just
will.
did then. But anyway, okay.
It's odd. So, like, if somebody's colorblind, they don't see any color anyway. So it's just
correct.
They're black. There you go.
Yeah, so the blue jay is not going to tell them it's a blue jay isn't going to be helpful to them.
No, much like any colored bird.
It'd be very difficult for a birder to be colorblind.
Yeah.
And yet you'd have to
Although
think.
it's about hearing it, right?
It's true.
It's more about sound, anyways.
Right. A lot of the good birders, they can
They don't
just
care
tell.
what it looks like. They don't need to see it.
Oftentimes you don't even get to see them.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
Bird
like,
City.
Like today's bird, the eastern towhee. Apparently it scratches with both feet, and so oftentimes you can hear it way before you see it, and it sings very, very, very loud, but you don't often see it. You just hear it. So anyway, that's
more you
this
know.
week's featured creature of the week, the Dumpy tree frog, brought to you by E&E Tropical Fish. They are in Rogers Heights, right next to the new Eaton Family Restaurant. So go down and get a meal at one, and then something to take home at the other.
Some sushi.
And I'll let you decide which is which. Okay, moving on. We have got a great guest for you guys this week. Before we do, though, let's give a shout out to last week's guest.
Yes, Jenn.
Jen
Thank you,
from Schuberg's.
Jenn Rumsey, for joining us from Schuberg's. It was a wonderful conversation. I think the city really liked that episode. They like to hear kind of their story, and like we talked about last week, they've been in the news and on social media quite a bit recently. But I think we kind of dove into some places.
Yeah, it was kind of nice. I mean,
Ask some questions that
I feel like
been-
I've been friends, and even I've been a client of theirs. They've been a client of mine for a long time, and I didn't know she was a Marine brat, for instance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just a bunch of cool stuff. So I didn't know that they met upstairs at the restaurant.
I still want to see the downstairs. I feel like I've never been downstairs.
Pretty cool.
there.
It's pretty cool. It's amazing how many of the downtown buildings have big, full height or full ceiling height basements that most are just storage or whatever these days. But
Bring it
anyway,
back. Bring back the basement parties, man.
Yeah.
I'm just kidding.
Well, hey,
I'll be sleeping.
I'm just glad we get use out of this basement. You know what I mean?
It's true. It's true.
Hey, let's get to this week's guest, though. You may not realize this, but we've got a guest who has traveled from Big Rapids all over the world using a very specific skill set. Not like in the movie Taken. I know that's going to be your first. I know that's where you're going.
Although maybe rivals his skills.
It's not that skill set, but a skill set he's going to tell us about that has allowed him to open eyes of all sorts of people to all sorts of places. I hope you will help me welcome a National Geographic photographer and Big Rapids' own, Luke Wyckoff.
How you doing, guys?
Welcome.
What's up, buddy? How are you?
Good to be here.
Excited for you to be here.
Yeah, thanks for making the time to come and hang out in the studio. And he's already given us some pro tips on some camera stuff. So we might be upgrading, leveling up some stuff here pretty soon. But how are you today?
Doing great. This is one of my favorite times of year is to actually be in Big Rapids. I kind of live between Scottsdale, Arizona, Denver, Colorado, and Big Rapids. But like this time of year is like my favorite time. Whenever the spring's coming up, it's warm. We're starting to put shorts on, and
All the birds are coming back. Flowers are blooming.
And I've become one of these. As soon as you get over 55, you become the birdie. Like you're following the bird apps. That Merlin bird app that I sit there. I sit there in my backyard and I can identify all the birds by the way that they sound. And I'm like, oh, I know what that is.
The city's got a hold
I've always
of you,
been
man.
I've always been mature for my age because I've hit it, and I'm not 45 yet.
Yeah.
But, well, why don't you tell people, in way of explaining why you have to try live and all of this? Why don't you explain to people just a little bit about your professional life and kind of who you are in a who's Luke Wyckoff in a professional sense?
In the professional sense, okay. So, I graduated from Ferris. I moved to Grand Rapids. I lived in Grand Rapids for 8 years and then got promoted with the company I was with to move to Colorado. They moved me there in 1999. Wow. So I had lived there for quite a few years and went to graduate school at the University of Colorado in Boulder. And a couple of years after that, broke away from corporate America and started the first of the 4 companies that I own today. And actually last month was the 20th year of not having a W-2. So being self-sufficient 100% for 20 years. So
congratulations.
Yes, the first company was an executive search firm, which is still working very well today. In fact, we just placed the CFO at the Grand Rapids Airport. Wow. Recently was one of our placements.
Wow.
And so the executive search firm is still going quite well. That's 20 years old. Social Media Energy is the digital marketing company in Denver that I founded 18 years ago. Yeah. Oh. And that is still up and running and going well. My fractional CMO work, where I go in and I become the head of marketing for those $5 to $50 million companies. That is going great. I've got a wonderful clients. I'm getting ready to go to Japan here very soon with the University of Michigan. We just made a big $45 million investment in Los Angeles. We're driving all of the CEOs of Southeast Asia through Los Angeles for all executive education. So I'll be heading over to Japan to help U of M with that in just a couple weeks. Fun. So real fun projects. And then, of course, the one that you wanted to spend more time about today, which I like to jokingly say on my LinkedIn profile. And I own a camera. Yeah. which is something that I've been doing for a very, very long time.
Luke, someone else who didn't have a W-2, Al Capone. Just saying, you should make sure you pay your taxes.
Tell you what, man, he's not wrong. If anything's going to trip you up in this life, you make any amount of money, it's that. So,
Well, I tell you what, and you know what?
Don't trust it to just anybody.
If we were sitting here having a conversation, if this conversation was like for business owners who just want to sit around and talk about that, I have not fallen to that problem in the very beginning stages of owning a company.
It's good.
Where you start getting the letters, the calls from the IRS and from the state, and you were like, oh, I didn't know I was supposed to make quarterly payments. And I don't have that money. Where does that money now come from? So, these are things that all business owners make as a mistake. It's almost like you want a business owner's 101 to sit down and say, hey, by the way, here's the top 5 things you need to know before you start a company.
I mean, you would think that there would be such a thing. You know what I mean? But I even was a business major in college, and I even minored in entrepreneurial studies, and there's such a class does not really exist.
They don't really teach you the real way to run a business.
No, they could have saved me. Like, instead of doing accounting 1 and accounting 2, they could have crammed most of that into one class. Use the other class for actual practical paper to pen, pencil to paper. Here's how you should actually structure your business life so that you're prepared for all of these steps throughout the year.
Yeah. And I've got it down to a science, guys. If you guys want to really know how it works for me.
All right, we're going to just pause the show. We're going to pause the show. We're going to just have a quick, no. You know what? We'll do all that. I would love to meet with you sometime and bounce a few of my situations. Obviously, you can help me get more creative. But the business of yours that I've always been the most interested in is the fractional CMO one, because I'm hoping as I mature, because I don't want to say get older, to be sensitive to you and Dominic. But I'm hoping to use the energy that I have and the excitement that I have for new ideas and for helping new ideas come to fruition, and to do something similar to what you're doing and be able to spread myself a little bit and so that I could have, not just that I could have the time to be able to help maybe some exciting new startup, but that they'd be able to afford my expertise because they would only be getting me for a certain number of hours, per month or whatever. And that's, did I summarize your fractional CMO business?
You kind of did. I wouldn't have worked with a startup unless they were incredibly well funded.
Yeah. You work more with the ones that are already established and can afford.
Yeah, $3 to $5 million up to $50 million.
I only mention it just because I get so excited by new ideas.
Well, I get excited about startups too,
but it's a risk.
You can also go straight to the poorhouse real fast.
Right. Well, and that's why I guess my idea is always
find yourself off season 3 of Shark Tank very quickly.
Well, Pat, I have a sign in my bathroom. It literally says, "Without margin, there is no mission."
Yeah.
Everything is about margin.
Yeah.
You are either making money or you're not making money, and you are going to. Capitalism is good.
Yeah.
I go into my Gordon Gekko speech right now.
I'm the hopeless romantic
and you
who's
guys are
willing
too
to
young
risk
to know
it all.
who Gordon Gekko is, but Tom knows.
I got you.
I bet I know it better
Okay,
than
I just wanted to
Dominic.
make sure you guys knew who that was. But no, that
big
you
Alec
hit the
Baldwin
fractional
fan.
thing pretty good. For me, it's the different type of industries. Like for a part of my day, I'm working in a SaaS company. Right. Another part of my day, I'm working with a manufacturing company that makes parts for aerospace and medical.
Very cool.
And then
which has to. I'm just thinking that has to fight that slog that comes with anything that you get used to, and it becomes the grind. Oh, I got to go do my 9 to 5. This way, it's like if anything ever was to not be fresh to you, you could just move on to start helping some other.
You know what different industries.
You can really pick and choose where you put yourself and put yourself where your heart is and where your passions are, and I love that. But tell us about so you were born and raised here?
I was not. I came here as a freshman at Ferris in 1988.
I see.
But I grew up close. For all of you Big Rapids folks listening, I am a Central Montcalm Hornet.
Gotcha.
And grew up in Sheridan, Michigan, population 722.
Yeah.
And that's 6 towns combined to make up Central Montcalm. So if you broke it out, I only had 33 in my high school graduating
So was
class.
it your grandparents that had a place up here?
It was my uncle. So Uncle Bob.
Okay.
And everyone knew Bob and Judy Wyckoff.
Okay.
And it was Wyckoff Jewelers, which was right across from the JCPenney from 1972 until 1988 is when that store was there. And then he moved it into the home on the river, which is the home that I bought on the river, which was a family house that I bought. And that's been 4 years. 2 weeks ago was 4 years that I moved back here from Colorado.
Did their living up here have anything to do with you attending Ferris, or was that just the closest? I mean, was that kind of going to happen regardless?
Total coincidence.
Yeah.
I got into, guys, I went to Ferris because it was the only school that accepted me.
Right.
Let's put it this way.
Shout out the Bulldogs.
Well, I applied to every school, every school you could think of.
Me too.
And it was just a whole list of no's. It was no across the board. And Ferris was the school that gave me the opportunity. Ferris was the school that gave me a chance. Mm-hmm. And so if you wonder why my allegiance is so strong with Ferris, it's because I quite certain that I wouldn't have gotten where I am today without the opportunity to really grow when I was in school here.
Such a testament.
So you graduate. You already told us you go to work, and work eventually moves you to Colorado.
Yep.
Was it the opportunity to live on the river that brought your attention back home back to the area, or how did we end up getting you back?
Getting me back.
Yeah.
It really was a combination. I call it the perfect storm.
Right.
Right. Mm-hmm. So Pat, imagine this: you're in COVID. I always tell people your version of going through COVID in Big Rapids, Michigan was not what I was going through in Denver, Colorado.
Oh, I believe it.
I have two 36-story towers. There's 1,200 people with 8 elevators. And everyone in that building had very different versions of what was happening with COVID.
Sure.
And no one was on the same page.
Yeah, of course.
And you want to talk about a split, of where people were on that topic. It ended up being so toxic in that building that it was people just yelling at each other every day for months and months and months and months, and it just kept getting worse. Right. At the same time, we were, my mother is getting older, and I've got 2 amazing younger sisters. One is in Sheridan, the other one teaches at Sparta High School, and really the burden had been on them for a long time to help take care of Mom. And I had I knew I could run my companies from anywhere. Everything was all shut down. And my aunt had fallen and moved into the nursing home out in, across from the church.
Right.
So the nursing home.
The Brook.
Yep,
The Brook.
Brook. And the kids called me and said, she's not going to be going back to the river house. You've kind of always had first right of refusal. I always told the family, I said, don't you ever sell that house without calling me first. And so they called me out in Denver and they said, before this goes on the market, do you want it? And I said, yeah, I'll take it. And,
can I come right now?
I'm ready to go right now.
Can I live in it? Yeah.
And I downsized a bunch of pieces and 4 years ago made the move to Big Rapids from downtown Denver.
So,
which is
just in case people don't know, a lot of your job, that's probably not true. So obviously, a lot of the businesses that you own that you described, it sounds like have a remote element that you can do, that component. But as a photographer, being on the sidelines of, Chicago, Denver Bronco.
Chicago.
I was going to say, I was picturing on the sidelines of Broncos games or of the university games, that's sort of, you have to be there.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Kind of a thing to do it. So living in Big Rapids, I know you travel a lot. Is it the same amount of traveling that you'd be doing anyway, or has it necessitated a few more plane rides?
A few more plane rides. It's easier to get all over the world from Denver.
Yeah.
Because it's one of the biggest hubs in the world.
Sure.
It's easier to get to a lot of places than it is, then here you're driving to Grand Rapids, and then it's always Grand Rapids to somewhere to get to where you need to be.
Correct.
So it's Grand Rapids, New York, Grand Rapids, Chicago, and then you're on to your next destination. The latest trip, the one for Nat Geo, was Grand Rapids, Chicago to Berlin, right into Kenya, right into Africa. But that would have been like 1 or 2 flights from Denver, but it's 4 flights from here. It's different. But you're right, though. You have to be present.
Yeah.
And in the moment when you're doing photography, but it has put me in some of the most unique and fun positions. Like over the
how did that
years.
start for you? Where did photography start for you?
I crazily went pro in 1987 when the editor of the Greenville Daily News in Greenville saw a calendar that I had designed and shot for the local Lions Club. So they were doing a calendar.
How old were you?
They were selling. What's that?
How old would
17.
you be?
1987. I was 17, and they were doing a calendar of like the men about town. We would make fun of people's jobs. So the local dentist, I've got this great photo of him with one of the huge like things that you fix the cement with. Trying to put that in a guy's person's mouth. So like we're making fun of people's real jobs,
right?
And we turned it into this calendar, which the Lions Club sold and made money on. Well, the editor of the Greenville Daily News saw that calendar, and she called the Lions Club, and she said, who did these photos? They're like, this 17-year-old kid did it. And she's like, I want to talk to him. And so a week later, I'm in Greenville sitting with Sylvia Warner, and she and I sat down and we went through a bunch of my portfolio work, and she hired me on the spot. I started working for the Greenville Daily News, covering stuff that you guys would know real well, stuff like the Gus Macker. I own your free fare.
Sure, just
fun stuff, just out in the community.
Really fun
yeah.
stuff.
Were you also? Did you also
there.
have to write the stories?
I did get to write some stories. Like, crazy enough, my dentist actually won the lotto in Sheridan, and I did the photo.
You got a
gold
gold-plated jacket,
and I wrote the story. Yeah,
that's great.
But no, it was in those years, like you're front of stage, like photographing Def Leppard in their
that must have
biggest
been
days,
so
right?
fun.
That's so sick.
You're doing some really cool,
you really get access,
especially like
with
the
that
late
cool
80s, early
access.
90s. I own you free fare. I mean, they had some acts in there. Yeah.
And the thing is, it's like those people, the big stars, the politicians. I mean, everybody wants the photos that are taken of them to be good.
Yeah, you got to want them to be really good.
So you really want that person who's in there, who's gotten that access, who's up close, who's in your face. You want it to at least turn out good. You know what I mean? And so
this is where it gets interesting.
They're rooting for you, and
they're always rooting for me. And
that's what I mean. They're really hoping that you get.
Remember, this is before digital, guys. So they had to teach me darkroom.
Right.
So I had to learn the darkroom. I had to be proficient, not just proficient, but be expert level in the darkroom. And so I just told you about all the coolest things. What you don't see is what's 80% of a person's job, because they'll tell you in photojournalism, if it bleeds, it leads.
Right.
So back then we had a thing called a pager. Don might know what a pager is. You'd have a pager.
I love it.
And you'd have a pager, and that pager would go off with two different beeps. One beep was the chief of police, and the other beep was the publisher of the newspaper. And when that went off, it was going to be a suicide. It was going to be a car accident, fatal car accident, house fire, drowning. It was going to be something bad.
Right.
And it would go off all the time. And so really 80% of my job, for the 20% of being in front of Def Leppard and Brooks and Dunn,
a lot of it is standing around.
None of that
horrible.
really balanced out against a lot of the stuff that I had a lot of
someone's house burned down, and you're standing there taking photos while they're crying, wondering how things are ever going to be the same.
And you're capturing people's worst moments of their lives.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then they Greenville Daily News made a very nice offer to me to not go to college, to not come to Ferris. And but I said I got to go to school. And so she called Jack Batdorf up here, and she goes, "Take your portfolio up, go show this to Jack." And she goes, "You'll have a job all the way through college." And I came up and I met Jack and I met the whole team, showed them my portfolio, and they hired me on the spot. And for the next 5 years that I was at Ferris, I was the photographer for the Big Rapids Pioneer.
Very cool.
And shot there for 5 years and did some really fun stuff. Again, same stuff. You have your pager, you're out doing the bad stuff, but also you got to shoot the real cool and fun stuff too.
Glad that you got to do that back when that job existed.
Well, back when the job existed, like everyone's got a camera now. But
I was going to say, now I don't believe there is a staff photographer.
We had Eddie Money on campus. We had Bill Cosby here. We had Jesse Jackson on campus.
Wow.
All the people that I photographed at Ferris.
Yeah.
Right? You had a lot of famous people that came through here. In fact, what was that? What was Pauly Shore? Mm-hmm. When Pauly Shore came through, I photographed him, and I just reached out to him a couple weeks ago and sent him the photos from 1989. I sent him the whole shot. He wrote me a whole note back. Nice. Had a great little back and forth with Pauly. Because he's like, look how skinny I am. Right? But it was funny. But those were really, really good years. And then the very last photo I shot while I was still pro was 1993. And that was the last photo I shot. It was a child drowning in the Muskegon River. And I realized I was about ready to sensationalize and really make this woman's worst day of her life be my best photography day ever. I'm thinking Pulitzer Prize, right, for a photo. And this woman is having the worst day of her life. And I put the camera away in 1993. I didn't touch it for over 15 to 20 years.
Wow.
Till I was 44 years old.
Good for you.
So I didn't touch it for a long time. You're 44 now, right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So imagine
it's like me not touching a drum or picking up a guitar.
23.
Yeah.
Until 44.
Until now, that'd be wild.
So that was the reality, and that's when I put it down.
I'm not sure if I even know this. What was your major?
So associate's degree in audiovisual productions.
Okay.
So AV, audiovisual productions
Which
at Ferris.
also
Minor in
doesn't
speech
exist.
and communications, bachelor's in marketing.
Great. How about
Ferris.
that? That's all served you great.
Yeah.
That's all served you really well.
Ferris, I owe a lot to the university who gave me the chance because other schools didn't.
Great.
So
Very cool.
Yeah, well, we'll tell Dr. Ping next time we see him.
For sure.
I want to have Pat show some. Let's just show. Let's do it this. Let's do it this way. Dom, show Pat's screen. Let's see how it looks. He's sort of going to slowly scroll. These are all Luke Wyckoff shots.
When were these shot, Luke?
And tell us about this trip.
When was?
I originally was supposed to shoot with National Geographic in 2020. I was supposed to be going on the polar bear migration shoot in Russia, and I was all set to go.
Oh yeah, who hasn't had that dream?
And then COVID hit the whole world, and that was 3 weeks before the COVID hit. 3 weeks before I was supposed to leave. That was my first opportunity to shoot with Rory Gielitz and the National Geographic group, and it took us 5 more years.
Oh, look at that warthog baby and the warthog mama.
Oh yeah.
I love that photo.
The warthog. Yeah, we were asking the tribes people, the guys in the Masamare, we'd ask them, why do they lean down like that, right? There's no other reason, they're just lazy. But
Same.
They had contacted different photographers, and I was the one that got to go.
Yeah.
And it ended up being, I'll admit, it was very humbling for me. And I say this with the utmost cocky yet confidence moment, where most photography situations I walk into, I'm usually the best photographer.
Right.
Until I got to Africa.
Yeah.
And I walked in and I looked at everyone's photos at the end of...
start scrolling back through now.
I looked at everyone's photos at the end of day one. And there was 9 of us from around the world, from all around the world. And I'm like, I'm not number 1. I didn't expect to be. Rory would be number 1. But I'm like, I'm not number 2, and I'm not number 3 or number 4. I'm sitting around number 5 right now, right? And it was very humbling to realize that our schedule was awesome. Right?
Yeah, I was lucky enough to be in your talk, and I wanted people to get a picture of this, picture this in your mind, that you're going to go on an African safari and take photos of stuff, right? It's like, okay. I can kind of picture what that would be like. But the way I picture it now, after hearing you talk about it, you tell me if this is right. You guys get crazy early. You load up an insane amount of gear. I mean, each person had $100K, worth of equipment-ish in lenses and in storage cards and in different bodies of different cameras, different gear. You load into a vehicle like a van where it's windows and you are you're in there like sardines, each with a little space to operate, and all your equipment sort of in the middle, and you work. You do this all day long, and at dark you come in and you get a couple hours of sleep, and then you do it again. Does that seem right?
It was close. You're really close. Yeah.
Did you eat?
Yeah, you're up at 4:30. You have a quick bite
They
to eat
cram
at
some
5.
food
You
in
leave
them.
at 5:15. You're on the morrow by 5:30. You shoot all day. You come back. You download all.
How many shots can you take in a day? How many photos can a person take?
After 9 days, I had 82,000 photos shot, all in RAW. So anybody who's geeking out,
That's a lot.
Just think about
footage.
that was about 6.5 terabyte.
Whoa!
So
Gosh.
I'm looking at your little thing you have down here.
Yeah, that's only 4 terabytes.
I brought 4 of those with me.
Yeah.
So, but the vehicles that we're in were customized for the National Geographic group. So they normally hold 12 people.
Yeah.
They rip out seats for us and everything, and there's only 3 people per vehicle.
Gotcha.
And we had 3 vehicles. And then the main National Geographic guy, Roy, would bounce from vehicle to vehicle on different days and spend different times
And so, are
with us.
you kind of working for him when you're there, and he has objectives, and so there are things he's hoping to get out of you?
Yeah, Yes and no. I mean, he's $1 million a year guy from Nikon. He's like the Nikon ambassador. He's literally brilliant. He's probably the best photographer I've ever been around. But he specializes in animals. Like, he is the best animal photographer. In my mind, I have the best landscape photographer in my head.
Yeah.
I have the best, sports photographer.
Right.
I have the best concert, photographer. Right. All different people.
Sure.
But for animals, it's Rory, and we would he would coach and mentor us. And I remember, because I shoot the exact same Nikon gear that he does, and we got to the end of day one. He spent the first day with us. I got to the end of the day one, and we both shoot the exact same gear. And I looked at him, or he looks at me and he goes, "Hey, that's some pretty nice gear you got there." And I'm thinking he's being sarcastic, because we both shoot the same stuff. And I said, "Thanks." And he goes, "It's like you bought a Ferrari, but you never took it out of first gear." And I'm like, "Welcome to day one."
Wow.
And he wasn't kidding. He was like, "You're good, but you could be great." Is what I heard. Like,
so
kind of what I heard.
Encouraging.
It's massively encouraging.
That's awesome.
So he taught you some stuff about your own equipment?
3 to 4 things per day.
Wow.
That's
I mean, I walked out of there after day 9, and with my skill set being through the roof compared to where I was on day 1.
That's cool.
And I was pretty good going into day 1.
All right.
But humbled very fast by the sheer talent of the people that I was shooting with. And then being able to be with the rest of that team and then have him coach and mentor, it was awesome.
Well, you are no slouch of a photographer yourself. I mean, not only did we see those great shots, but I want you to tell us about this shot. Dom, put this one up.
He sent us some of his favorites here.
I had asked you what your favorites were because I thought it was going to be like a lion or a tiger or something like that. And I was kind of surprised and taken off guard that you sent this one. Tell us about this photo.
Pete, I really enjoy shooting and photographing people and capturing them in their natural cultures. So I have been very blessed to travel all over the world and photograph people. Like we could spend an entire hour just talking about the slums of India and living with the people there and photographing them of people that have absolutely nothing. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
But this was, I was over in Israel. I had a group of students from the University of Colorado, and we were studying over there. And in my spare time, I always had the camera out, walking around. And this is the Wailing Wall, which many people, surprisingly, a lot of people in Big Rapids have been there.
Right. Well, if you go, anybody's been to Israel, they take you.
You'd go there. You'd actually be there. And I caught this moment with this Hasidic Jew who was there and saying his prayers in this moment. And
now, how close were you to him?
I'm actually a pretty good distance. I have a pretty big lens, and the thing for me was timing. There was probably 20 people that were all coming in front of the lens the entire time I was shooting this, and I only needed to get one.
Right.
Captured that one exact moment.
That's amazing.
And
so you weren't particularly stalking this gentleman. You were just kind of watching the wall and watching for your opportunity, and you got one, and you took this shot.
See which one it was. What I wish I would have known what he was praying for. Right?
I know.
I mean, that's in my mind as a photographer.
But then it doesn't come true.
I know.
Just kidding. That's birthday wishes.
That's birthday wishes.
He's just. It's just. I find humans, just people, beautiful.
Oh, me too.
Right.
Man.
And so being able to capture that was probably one of the better shots.
Here, throw this up, Dom. Here's a couple of the other ones he sent. Where's this at?
In Bali, in Indonesia.
Oh, wow.
So I got up. This was shot at 4:50 in the morning as the sun was rising.
So what time did that dude get up?
And he was fishing for his family.
Amazing.
So he allowed me to follow him for 90 minutes. I followed him for 90 minutes, capturing every moment he was doing to go fishing for his family. And just the solitude, the relaxation, the focus that he had to feed his family, and the beauty, just the pure beauty of Bali.
Yeah.
It's one of the most beautiful places I've seen in the world.
It's nice when things are that simple, huh? I need to feed my family, so I'm gonna gather food for them right now.
Exactly.
That's amazing.
This was always still one of my favorites. This was the view from my deck, from my place in Denver.
Oh, when they won.
This is what it looked like.
When they won?
Nope. This was just a 4th of July.
Oh.
And the reason why this one was important to me was that I shot this off the deck of my loft the weekend after I got back from burying my father. I lost him 19 years ago. He was 64 years old, which I think is young.
So young, so young.
And I got back to Denver. I didn't feel like going to the game, but I had my camera set up on my balcony, pointed straight at for the game. I think this was like a Monday Night Football game. And my dad's name was Wayne Wyckoff.
Oh, because I see the W's. I thought it was like WWE or something.
Yeah. So it was the reason why that picture's so beautiful to me is
Thanks,
it is.
That's great.
There it is, Wayne
That's
Wyckoff,
great.
right? So that's one is always,
amazing.
and then I sent it to the Denver Broncos, and it ended up being one of the cover shots for their brochure, type of thing.
Everybody can use a good photographer, somebody who's good, has a good eye for something. Businesses appreciate that. People appreciate that. It's one of those things that I don't think that AI will be able to replace.
Yeah.
It can make images,
Sure.
but capturing moments,
That are real.
It just.
I think
We all have a phone in our pockets, and we've proven we're not as good as people who have studied, but if you watch for those moments, I think even that in itself is a good practice, right?
National Geographic won't use your photo if you used AI in the editing process.
Well, good.
Just an FYI, you have to.
I hope they stick
good.
to that.
You have to be that good.
Before we turn things over to Pat and the calendar, I just wanted to ask what things are coming up that you personally are kind of excited about, or what's going on in your sphere that you're looking forward to or you're excited about right now.
A couple things. Number one, obviously looking forward to Japan. Always.
Yeah, of course.
Looking forward to watching the Colorado Avalanche win the Stanley Cup, which I'll be out there.
Why don't I have a mute button?
Yeah. Oh wow, you guys are. I know. Now, I tell you what. You want to see Hostile?
This doesn't sound for Dominic right here. That's not what that stands for, buddy.
That says Detroit. I can see you, Dom.
There's a lot of history there.
I get. Oh yeah. No, I get it. I get it. I'm excited. I talked with Tony Annese, and I always ask him every year what he thinks the team's going to look like for Ferris for football. He's always like, well, we'll see. We'll see. That's not how he's acting this year. He is saying this could be the best team he's ever put on the field. Mm-hmm. And if that's true, and we go for the Quattro, go for the 4th national championship.
That'd be amazing. Has
I get
anybody
excited. I still get excited about that. I shoot all the games. I've shot all the national championships.
Right. So you're like really involved in the energy of those moments.
I love it. I love it that they used my picture to troll Grand Valley.
Absolutely.
That picture that you saw at the Grand Valley exit of us with the confetti.
Yeah.
That was my photo.
Heck yeah.
And I remember looking and going, oh man, I love a good trash talk, and that was a perfect reason and moment for one.
Mm-hmm.
So the football has anybody ever won 4 in a row? D2?
I don't think
D2
so.
National
D2. I think I'm not sure if they won 4 in a row. I think a few teams have won 3.
Yeah, we're not. I knew we weren't the only ones to ever do 3. And it won't be in a row.
It'll be 4 total because we did lose. We did lose a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Well, so we've got 4 total now, but it's only 2 and 2.
Yeah.
But then we would have been there 5 times. But we've been there 5 times because we lost the first one in the last couple seconds in 2019.
Well,
I get excited. You asked what I get excited about when Ferris.
Yeah.
We got a new basketball coach at Ferris. We got a new hockey coach at Ferris. It's going to be a new, real, and someone who loves to shoot sports.
Yeah.
I do get excited about it.
You're going to have a whole
Pink's
new background to shots with the new dog. What do they call it? The dog house. At the north end of the field, that new dorm.
Yep.
It'll just change the way everything looks. As you're shooting.
And it sounds like, according to Dr. Pink, that the south side is also going to get redone as part of the facility and all that. It's going to look beautiful.
So your photos won't even look the same in a couple of years.
No, they won't. They won't. And thank you to Tyler Schuberg, who's going to give us $10 million for that at the end of the.
Oh, that's nice.
At the end of the other field. Great shout out to him for the $10 million donation.
Oh, you heard it here
for
first.
That. You heard it here first from me.
Yeah.
No.
Breaking news.
Breaking news. Yeah, he'll text me right after this episode. I'm quite sure.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Luke, for coming in and chatting with us. And if people want to check out any of your photography, where can they do that?
Well, the photography website is down right now because I'm getting ready to completely redo it with all of the new photos. It's travelprophotos.com.
That's a good domain.
It's
travelprophotos.com.
Travel Pro Photos, yep.
And otherwise, just connect with him on social media.
Yeah, everyone follows. Most of my photography is on Instagram, and it's just my name.
Yep, Luke Wyckoff on Insta, Luke Wyckoff on Facebook. Friend him because he knows lots of interesting people, and he's always in interesting places, taking pictures of interesting things. So, thank you for coming on. Thanks for being part of the community and for spreading the good word of Big Rapids far and wide. All right, stick around because we're going to talk local stuff and. Feel free to weigh in.
We're gonna
Pat, we don't have that much time.
This is what they call rapid fire.
I was gonna say in 10 minutes we've got to be done. So.
Well, we talked about Annese real quick. Let's give him a shout out. He is now a Hall of Fame candidate for the Michigan Sports Hall of Fame.
He's a shoo-in.
Vote for him now through June 12th on the public vote. Go to Ferris State Football on Facebook and vote for Coach Annese. This is awesome. I'm sure it'll be nice and easy for him. Let's see. What else do we have here?
Some new movies at the theater?
We do. I did see, I seen that they're asking, Dom, you sent me something.
Oh, yeah.
Let's talk about this real quick. Evelend cutting boards.
Yeah, well, the thing is, Dom had seen this video on his For You page.
Yes. Yeah, young man on TikTok. He was at our Big Rapids farmers market, and just want to give him a shout out. I don't get to see a lot of, as I'm spending hours and hours scrolling social media, I don't always get to see local people. And when this guy came across, I said, you know what? We should probably give this guy a shout out.
Yeah, so show the screen. It looks like this young man, Daniel Evelend, is local kid who's making professional-looking cutting boards. He's got a real nice-looking website here. He's doing it. Anyway, we noticed because he made a cool video of himself at the farmer's market, and it was our farmer's market.
Yes.
So it was like, hey, wait a minute. That's local.
Very cool.
So anyway, shout out to this young gentleman for new business. You can find him at the farmer's market, and those are every Saturday. No. Yeah.
Every Friday.
Every Friday.
Not Saturday
yet.
Not
Saturday yet. Every Friday from 10 to 2.
8. I want to say they open at 8. I think it's early.
To me.
8 to 2.
I don't know why
You know what? I think I left it up here, but it doesn't matter. So,
okay,
let's rapid fire. We got a ton of. Oh my goodness! I just had that. There we go. Let's talk about this. What's your weekend look like, Chris?
Okay, big weekend, my man. We got first of the Big Rapids Community Drum Circles will be this Friday night at the Bandshell from 6:30 to 8 o'clock. I will provide some extra drums. Bring a chair if you don't have a drum, but if you have a drum and a chair, bring both.
Looks like you got a slew of ones coming up once a month.
It'll be every fourth Friday at the same time at the Bandshell. And then Saturday night, I would love to see each and every one of you guys, if you can get tickets. We sold out of all of our tickets, but Saving Abel is going to be at the venue in Cadillac. Big rock and roll venue up there in Cadillac, and we're opening for them. It's going to be huge. Hand of Giants will be playing at probably 8 or 9 o'clock, so something like that.
That's a big deal, man. Saving Abel is on like the radio.
Yeah, they've
all
had
the time.
a few hits. They're big band, and we're honored to get to share stage.
That's a big jump for Hand of Giants. I'm excited for you guys.
We're ready.
This weekend, maybe you don't know, maybe you don't care. Canadian Lakes Community-Wide Garage Sale. Golf clubs, anyone?
You know, we always say that, but
I'm
disappointed when I go.
I believe it starts on Thursday. Head on over to Canadian Lakes on Facebook, and there's a whole map and all the details there. Also, this weekend is the new launch of the new Walmart.
Oh, good.
Have you been in there yet?
I've breezed through a couple times.
It's actually not bad.
I didn't mind it.
It
Seems like they got more stuff.
It seriously got an upgrade. Yeah, they got like their clothing section's a lot bigger.
I'd be curious to know if they've significantly added a number of products there, because each section seems more filled out.
Yeah, it definitely seems like there's more groceries where the groceries used to be. Like they changed some stuff, moved some stuff, and now there's more.
Now that I can't tell,
and
but just
Dunkin'
like
Donuts.
Yeah, if you go,
there's going to be a Dunkin' Donuts.
There will be Dunkin' Donuts.
Well, now when that opens, I'll be back for sure. But
I'll be back.
I was gonna say, I think I went to like the tool department, and I noticed like, oh wow, this seems like they got more stuff in here, and the arts and crafts seem bigger again. So
no, I think they're doing something on Friday. They're gonna have some bulldogs out there. There's food trucks. It's gonna be a whole thing on Friday. So
right on.
Saturday night, Folk for Now concert. A local friend of the show, a local here, Owen Stanley of Stanley and Quiggle, is actually going to be joining this band, Folk for Now, and going on tour. But they'll be starting here on Saturday night at the Big Rapids Bandshell. So,
very cool.
Owen and his new band that he takes off, it'll be kind of a goodbye to him for a little while. So it's kind of cool. That'll be right at the Bandshell. And then next Friday, it looks like.
Yeah, next Friday is May 29th, and Pocket Park Music Series kicks off. That will be every Friday from 12 to 2, next Friday through the end of August. And Sister Folk kicks it off. Then you've got Whiskey Bound. They're a pro band. They do a lot of country and
classic rock,
country and classic rock
That's
covers.
a fun vibe.
They play all over the place all the time. Professional band. And then High Strung Steel will be week 3. So
looking forward to it.
Yeah,
and then
around.
Even if we are going fast, let's touch on these last few things.
Yes.
With the remote area medical free pop-up clinic. Dr. Pink talked about a couple weeks ago. They're excited on campus. 2 days only, May 30th and 31st. You do not need to have an ID. You don't need to have insurance. You just need to have a medical issue that's dental, vision related, and they will take care of you for free. Get you shipped up. It is first come, first serve, so get there early.
Yep. Looked like everybody had a great time at the Wheat Lake 5K. I just wanted to give one last shout out to the Wise 5K on May 30th.
Yep.
There's still time for you to sign up. That'll be at the North End Riverside Park at 8:30 a.m. Saturday, May 30th.
I got to get back in shape to
Let's
run
do
again.
it, dude.
Man.
Let's just do it.
It's been a minute.
show
And then before we leave, a week won't go on.
Back to the Bricks and Summerfest. Got to talk about that. That's going to be a big, fun weekend in Big Rapids. This whole, this Back to the Bricks thing. It's a tour, and the leg of the tour that they're on is in Big Rapids, Cadillac, Gaylord, and Tawas. That's where they're bringing these 250 classic cars. We just happen to be the kickoff stop. Mm-hmm. So lucky for us, that's a huge weekend for Big Rapids because that all kicks off 4 p.m. on Friday the 5th. But then a bunch of those cars are sticking around for Summerfest the next day. There's going to be, besides the car show, there's going to be a cornhole tournament for cash. There's going to be a street hockey tournament. There's going to be 30 to 50 vendors, inflatables, live music.
It's going to be a good time.
Hot dog eating contest. I ordered the trophy.
See, I was wondering.
Yesterday.
I didn't bring it up last week because I was like,
I know
he's talked about it.
Well, here's the thing. When I first, I just think a hot dog eating contest is American as apple pie, and it's just a summertime fun thing, right? A hot dog eating contest. So when I first came up with this idea, though, we had a hot dog restaurant in town.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So my whole idea of having it was to promote the hot dog place.
Bring them back. Bring back Fatty C's, man.
Now I'm finally doing the hot dog. We're doing the hot dog eating contest, and we don't have a hot dog restaurant in town to partner with.
We used to have two.
We used to have
at Menards.
We used to have that guy at Menards. He's not there anymore.
Oh,
they ran him off.
Ran him out of town.
Poor guy. His name was Mark. Shout out Mark if you're out there.
Good hot dogs.
Miss ya. That guy. He knew what it was about. Good bread. Put everything on. Boom. Right on the grill. Anyway, we had that. We had the Bulldog. That Bulldog hot dog place that was in the plaza. Remember that?
Yeah.
And then we had Fatty C's as well. So we were a town with 3 really good options for hot dogs.
A&W sells hot dogs.
They do.
Of course. What am I thinking?
In fact, today a Coney dog is $1.79.
Interesting.
Not going to say.
Maybe we could partner with them.
Yeah.
Okay, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's Summerfest.
Summerfest. I'm excited.
What else?
That's honestly all we're going to talk about. That's all we have time for. So.
That's all we got time for. Dom, what did we get wrong? I know we got plenty wrong.
Oh, never anything wrong. But you are correct about the Blue Jay. They do not have pigment in their feathers. They actually, it's the cell structure of the feather. They have something called the crush test, where you can crush up, I believe it's the feathers, not the entire bird. That would not be, kids, do not crush an entire bird. But if you crush up the feathers, they just look dull and brown because there's no pigment in them.
Yeah.
I bet that's like you often will find feathers, and you'll find white ones all the time. And you're like, what birds does this go to?
Yeah, they'll be grayish or whitish or whatever.
All right, interesting. Who knows?
What else you got?
I'll tell you, my viral moment of the week. Over the weekend, there were a lot of high school and college commencements. Shaquille O'Neal had his college commencement.
Shaq D's.
And he talked about 5 things in life that everybody needs to know. I'm not going to go over them. Search it. They're all absolutely wonderful.
Really?
Oh, absolutely.
Were they better than the 5 I did? Remember when I spoke to the graduating middle schoolers? You can Google that too, guys. It's on YouTube.
I'm pretty sure that Shaq got you beat.
Well, I think you should compare them then. Compare them and let us know.
Do your homework.
I was very proud of the list I gave. I think it was called like 5 things I would tell my
future self,
my ninth grade self, or something like that. Look it up. I was probably the best speech I ever gave. Anyway,
okay,
all right.
That's all.
Me versus Shaq Diesel. I don't mind losing that battle. All right. Well, listen, it has been another excellent week of What's Up Big Rapids. Thank you to Luke Wyckoff for being our guest. Thank you to Dominic for keeping us straight on time.
Thank you for intern Brandon for not showing up.
Yeah,
intern not Brandon.
Not Brandon. And our new social media helper, Tana, that you'll meet one day soon. But anyway, thank you to Pat for doing the show with me. I think we're almost 18 months in.
We're just cruising. We're just getting started, folks.
Yeah. And to everybody else, just remember, kindness is contagious. Go out there and be the example you want to see in the world. All right? We're all watching. We're all rooting for you. That's what's up for Big Rapids. I'm Chris Jane. That's Pat Brooks. Dom, let's hit it.
See you next week.